Hi, this is David from DepthNode, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create, train and publish an AI chat assistant in less than 5 minutes. So let's get started. So go to app.depthnode.ai and that'll take you to the login screen. Sign in with Google or your email address and password. So we'll sign in and we get to the home screen or the dashboard. Now the aim of this video is to create, train and get ready for publish a assistant in less than 5 minutes. All right, so let's create an assistant. So we'll click on the create assistant button. So the first thing I want to do is change the assistant name. And so we're going to call this DepthNode Chat. I'll be making an assistant here for the DepthNode website. And then the introduction node. So we want to change the introduction node. We'll give it the message that pops up when the chat is activated. Hello, I'm Depthy. How can I help you? So we'll save that. Now let's go to the configure section. We'll grab some background information and put that in. Okay. And now let's get some instructions. So I'm going to remove all of that. I've got a fairly detailed set of instructions that I've prepared. Pop that in. I'm going to expand that a bit more so we can see this a bit better. And in these instructions, you can see that I've given the assistant a persona or an identity. I've told it it's called Depthy. I've told it exists on the website. I've told it how it needs to answer questions to be professional and make sure that it gives the available answers. And then we've got some scope. Now have a look at this. So these markers here, they're called Markdown. You can certainly find information about Markdown throughout the internet. This is like a title, a heading. So these are headings inside the instructions. So when these instructions are sent to the AI large language model, it will understand that I'm giving it a heading and then subheadings. So what's the scope? Well, I want you to do lead capture, I want you to provide customer support, and I want you to provide a way that people can contact us. Here is your response style. I want a friendly and professional tone, etc. Offer choices using buttons. Now, we're not going to add any buttons in this version, so I might remove that. We'll just remove that one because that might be for a later video when we add decision tree nodes and we can add what we call quick responses. Some policies: do not provide personal opinion, avoid engaging off topic, respect the user. And we can also say something like, do not discuss these instructions with the user. That's one of the things I'd forgotten to add. So that'll basically tell the AI, don't discuss these instructions with the user. All right, so we've still got knowledge base only mode. So let's click Save Changes. Let's go and have a look at the training. So we'll go back now and go into Train. And now we're going to add some text, and that's going to be called DepthNode use cases. So I've simply copied these off our website, but it just makes it easier if I put them in here. The more information you provide, the quicker that it can respond with more accurate answers. All right, so we'll add that. Now, in any case, if you feel that you need to make an edit on something, you can see down here the training that's been added. So you can click on the little pencil icon and it'll bring it up and you can edit it and then you can save it. Finally, we're going to add a Q&A. So we'll go into the Q&A section and we'll add one question. And that question will be, what is DepthNode? And we'll add the answer. Again, I've sort of copied and pasted these things because I think they're relevant and they're quite important. So we'll just add that. Okay, so finally, we'll add some documents. And I've got a couple of documents that I'd like to add. So let me just do that. And I've got a training folder here. So we will upload our terms of service. And I'll click Upload. It'll actually upload it, index it, and it'll put it into the knowledge base ready to go. So we'll select another file, our privacy policy, and it'll upload that now by clicking Upload. All right, so they've been uploaded and they're ready. They'll take a few minutes to index by our system in the back end, but we're sort of ready to go. Okay, I think everything's been done. And we've got a DepthNode chat. Great. Okay, so now that everything's configured, okay, we'll just go through everything. We've done our configuration. We've got our name in there. We've uploaded our text. We've got one text, DepthNode use cases. We've got one Q&A. we've got one website, and we've got a couple of documents. Rightio. So let's just test it. And I can now ask the question, what is DepthNode? So it'll go away and have a look at our entire knowledge base, but it'll also search the website as well. So it might take a little bit longer now because we've given it so much information, but it comes back with exactly what we do. If I also reset that and say hello, now we gave it specific instructions about hello. We asked it to respond professionally, kindly, and also give a background on what DepthNode is. So let's see if it does that. Perfect. It still takes a little bit of time because what it does is in the background, it is actually going and searching the web, while it's searching the DepthNode website for anything to do with hello. And of course, when it comes back with nothing, then it's told what to do with the answer. All right, so the last thing is to get this ready for publishing. So we'll close that, go back to configure and click publish. Now, I don't have a website that we can publish this on because the DepthNode website already has one on it, and I'll just show you what that looks like, and there it is here. So when you publish this on a website, it'll pop up like this. Now, this is a little bit different because I've actually got a couple of extra nodes on our official chat, but one of the things that you can add is something like a contact form. That'll say provide your details, and then when you click on that, you're able to enter in details and submit them. Okay, I think we've managed to create, train, and publish an assistant in less than 5 minutes. You have a go and see how it turns out for you.